In Ayurveda, it's said that the cause of all disease comes from two factors. One is called pragyaparad and one is called ama. So what is pragyaparad? Pragyaparad means when we offend our own wisdom, common sense, intuition, and intelligence. This is called pragyaparad. So that's considered the original cause of disease, which I'll go into later in much greater detail. The second cause of disease is ama. Ama means toxin. Now remember, Ayurveda was written down for the first time about 5,000 years ago. So that means that for thousands of years prior to that, it was all passed through teacher to student, through, it was a verbal lineage. And there were no books, no texts, but people had the capacity to memorize and remember things very, very acutely. So the people's intelligence back then, many people think otherwise. They have this idea of, cavemen, whatever, which may have been there, but there was a culture thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago in Ayurveda where there were brilliant sages and doctors who really very much intuitively understood the laws of nature and how the body actually worked. Very interesting that even back then, when the water was pure and the air was clean, that toxin was considered to be the original cause of disease. So, up to the year 2024, when we have over 100,000 chemicals in the environment, only 20,000 or so have ever been tested for human safety. Never have they all been tested together to have to learn about the synergistic effect of all those toxins. So we're really exposed to a tremendous amount of chemicals and toxins and heavy metals, and of course we're exposed to viruses, parasites, bacteria, all types of things. And again, as I've mentioned in other videos, there's healthy bacteria, there's unhealthy bacteria. There's actually healthy viruses, unhealthy viruses. Everything has its purpose. But these days, we're exposed to so much. So in the old days, in Ayurveda, and still today, in Chinese medicine also, you could identify toxins by the state of the tongue, the coating on the tongue, the urine, the nature of the urine, the smell of the urine, the stool, the skin tone. So many different things you could identify. But now, which is really wonderful also, is that we have these really great urine tests that identify chemicals, chemical toxins, including things like pesticides, herbicides, glyphosate, toluene, all kinds of chemicals used in different industries, cleansers and cleaning chemicals and things like that. We're able to identify those in the urine. So it's very helpful because then we can apply the right modalities and the right herbs and nutrients to help the body detoxify. And also sometimes it's really helpful for a patient to actually see, oh my gosh, I have all these toxins in my body. Sometimes it's your doctor saying to your acupuncturist saying, my gosh, you have a really thick coated yellow tongue, or your tongue has a thick yellow coating on it, which indicates a toxin. So these tests are really wonderful. They come back in a nice graph, nice chart, identifying specific toxins and areas that people really need to work on. And some of them include heavy metals, and so it's a great test. So it's a environmental pollutant and metabolic test. And another test that I really like is the organic acids test, because what that does, it tests not only what nutrients have come into your body, but which nutrients your body is using. And a nutrient is a pro-life organism or entity. It actually creates tissue. It actually is meant to help detoxify also, and also to replace toxins that the body stored. So if we're nutritionally deficient and we're high in toxins, then it's going to really impact our system, not just physically, but mentally, affect our nervous system, affect the brain. So many people are having low energy, low mood, brain fog, things like that. And it's become actually quite acute, quite a big issue. A lot of mental disorders really can come down to toxins. So by removing these toxins, many people feel much better. So these tests are wonderful. If you want more information about these tests, they're very easy to use. Just a little kit. You just pee on a piece of a certain type of material. It dries, send it off, and then within about 14 days, we get a really extensive lab report back, which is very helpful. So knowing what the problem is and then having a strategy of how to handle that problem is super, super effective. And I just love it when people, the best part of it is when people feel better. So that's a little tip today on how to begin the process of managing toxins in the body. Have a great day.